is currently underway in Geneva. All IPU statutory bodies, including the Governing Council, standing committees, committees on the human rights of parliamentarians and on Middle East questions, as well as the Forum of Women Parliamentarians and the Forum of Young MPs are meeting on this occasion. Pia Maan is joining us live on the broadcast. Pia, this global gathering has begun there in Geneva. Take us through the highlights of what has been seen so far there and what has stood out in the deliberations, the meetings and the dialogue.
Absolutely, Uday. It's been a high-octane couple of days here in Geneva as we're reporting from the 151st Assembly of the Inter-Parliamentary Union. Discussions are focusing particularly on human rights and humanitarian assistance. The core theme of the general debate is as such because we're seeing over 120 conflicts bursts across the world, and cumulatively 310 million people are suffering. So parliamentarians from more than 183 countries and 15 associate member states have been gathering here for the last couple of days since the 19th of October, to be specific, to deliberate upon this crucial issue in order to find solutions that can be applicable beyond borders. And what we're really witnessing here is parliamentarians from all these countries exchange best practices with each other, what they can imbibe from other countries, and what example do they set to the world as well. That is not all, Uday. We're also seeing a discussion on artificial intelligence, considering our lives have really been permeated by technology itself. We're seeing AI being used by children, by the elderly alike, whether it is for deep research into matters that are somewhat obscure, or even preparing simple grocery lists as well. Another key item on the agenda has been food security. We're seeing global supply chains being impacted by certain protectionist stance that particular countries are adopting. High tariffs are being imposed as well, which has caused some sort of bottlenecks in these supply chains, including those of food as well. Apart from this, illegal child adoption has been another concern that has been deliberated upon by the parliamentarians here as well. Child trafficking is an issue that exists beyond borders. So it's really been a resonating theme over here with people, technology, how it's being used, cybercrime as well, phishing scams that take place. ASEAN nations in particular are very, very concerned about this over here. Green development and sustainable development is something that has also cropped up, because when we are speaking about problems, it's not just problems of today, it's also problems of tomorrow, of the future, that are being addressed by the parliamentarians over here. So they're all putting their thinking caps on and engaging in dialogue in order to solve these very, very crucial issues.
Absolutely. Now, of course, as the IPU summit deliberations continue, what is to be expected in the next 24 to 36 hours? Also, what is the theme this year, Pia, for the dialogue?
Absolutely. I'd like to address your second question first. It's been a very positive atmosphere over here. In fact, I've had the opportunity to speak to a couple of parliamentarians here as well, and they've all pointed out the fact that these resolutions that they've been passing over the last couple of days, the emergency resolutions, have struck a very positive tone and tenor. Of course, there are concerns about whether these resolutions will really be implemented, whether a concretized plan of action would come into place, whether action would be catalyzed or would it just remain as is. But apart from all of this, the atmosphere on the ground is not just highly charged, but it's also very optimistic. And speaking of what we can expect, now over the IPU has been going on since the 19th, and tomorrow is the very penultimate day of this 151st Assembly. So we're looking at all of these discussions, all of these different themes now finally coming together and resulting in a final resolution that will take place in the main session, in the main hall that's going to be held tomorrow itself. We've seen people talk about migration, for instance. Bhutan is one country that raised the issue of brain drain. That's something that concerns India as well. We've also seen artificial intelligence and concerns regarding artificial intelligence being raised in a very novel manner. For instance, people who are concerned about nuclear proliferation have raised the matter, what if AI gets access to these codes one fine day? Would that spell doomsday for us or as humanity or not? So we've seen a lot of innovative conversations taking place around themes that many people don't really think about in their day-to-day lives. These are problems that are concerning humanity, not just for today, but for tomorrow as well. So all of these are loose ends, so we can expect them to be tied tomorrow. We've seen a lot of discussions take place upon multilateralism, strengthening multilateral institutions as well, promoting democracy in countries across the world. A large concern is gender equality, women's representation. If we look at the IPU, there are 183 member parliaments. Over 44,000 parliamentarians are members under the Inter-Parliamentary Union, out of which about 26% are women and 27% are youth. So the representation of women and youth in particular is also something the IPU is looking